Okay, you're seeing scenes from a massive house party that a Goodyear homeowner never asked for. Police had to ultimately break up the festivities at the $1 million property where nearly 200 young people, mainly teens, took over a vacant home.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. So we brought you this report earlier this year, and tonight Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum shows us never before seen body camera footage. How did the suspect set up this pop-up party, and could it happen at your home?
Goodyear police body cameras show you what happened on February 19th. This neighborhood within the Cereval Gardens is full of pricey homes, some in the $1 million range.
One of the houses is for sale and there's a huge party here. Nobody's supposed to be here.
And on this night, prime real estate for a pop-up party. Until cops crashed the celebration.
Damn, officer, you gotta shut it down. What a freaking nightmare.
Unbelievable. You want to keep talking? I'll get you. Because you're all about 13 years old.
Just one of many liquor bottles left behind. At least 150 partygoers leaving this RV garage, some taking leftover beer with them. Neighbor Brian Franks is livid.
You're letting all these kids go?
There's 6 of us and there's 150 of them. There's only so much we can
Now
do.
we're going to get in their cars and drive around
drunk
and stoned? That is unbelievable. You had them all crowd right there. Every one of those kids should have been arrested.
Another officer gets the impacted homeowner on the phone. She's out of town and says she accepted a buyer's offer for the house, but the for sale listing has been online for a couple weeks. Her Ring cameras caught suspicious activity just days before the party.
Two guys came at first.
Okay.
And they were the ones that were kind of scouting around, and they broke the lights in the back where the cameras are.
Initially, Goodyear PD told Fox 10 only one partygoer was arrested for DUI that night. Franks lets officers know what he thinks about the situation.
Kids, man, they just literally broke into that house. You guys are the cops.
Pop-up parties continue to spring up across the country. Some turned deadly. Last week, judges in 2 New Jersey counties blocked pop-up beach parties. Social media is the key to bringing in such a crowd. Here in the Valley, a surprise homeowner was aware as his family recognized their own address on a Snapchat post while out of town. But before police arrived, Michael says the teens had cut the power at the property and broke in.
Someone's in my house. Like, you just destroyed the sanctity of my home.
Michael's home was also on the market at the time. Realtor Sonia Moreno tells me pop-up parties aren't just an invasion of privacy. The aftermath is costly between cleaning up the mess and property damages.
You know, the party host just wants to make a name for themselves. It's kind of like a challenge, something that excites them. They don't really care if it goes on very long. I think it's just a matter of being able to execute the party.
If you are selling a home that's now vacant, Moreno says don't let your guard down.
Talking with your agent, making sure that they even can make a relationship with the neighbors. Making sure you have, you know, a security system in place would help. Of course, cameras would help. No mail left out, no newspapers out in the front lawn.
Did you know on Snapchat they were bouncing on your guys' squad cars, these kids?
Just days after the Goodyear pop-up party, Detective Travis Roller looks for leads. Band members hired by the organizer provide more information on what they witnessed.
When we got there was probably 6, 7 dudes in the front. They were like vests too and everything. And then
What do you mean vests?
Like vests like that. They had like guns on and stuff.
He also gets a good look at the flyer that brought the flooding partygoers.
It can spread like wildfire.
Vincent Orlek is the president of Social Media Club Phoenix. He tells me the communication platforms of choice for Generation Z are easily Snapchat and Instagram. So when a flyer like this is shared to the target demographic,
There's a level of virality that exists, but it's much more at a grassroots level. So just going viral, it doesn't have to be 100,000, million, 20 million views. It could be something that gets into 1,000 people's hands.
So he called me and I was like, where at? And he sent me all the way to Goodyear. I was like, whoa.
This band member's account of the night includes the digital trail for the pop-up party and leads police to the suspected organizer. In April, Roller takes 21-year-old Salim Mustafa into custody. Mustafa explains how he found the home.
From the house for sales. We find from there, and we just went there and checked the house. so we throw party there.
Simply the internet. Mustafa says that's how he picked a home for sale, scouting the property to make sure it's vacant.
What's the deal with these parties? I mean, I know you charge people to get in, right?
Yeah.
So how does it work? Explain that.
We just doing this for fun.
Mustafa tells police he charges $15 to $20 for guys. Girls usually don't pay. The money is used to pay for the band and security. Mustafa is about to be booked on charges of criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and criminal nuisance.
What do you think about you being 21 and hanging out with a 16-year-old throwing parties? What do you think about that? Do you think that's something you should be doing?
The juvenile suspect is seen here. He was also arrested. Ultimately, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office advised Goodyear PD that charges against Mustafa should be submitted as misdemeanors and prosecuted by the city. The case is now pending in Goodyear's municipal court. The question is, what stops other pop-up party organizers from doing this again in other Valley neighborhoods?
And then everybody's driving home drunk? All these young kids? Who knows if they get in an accident and kill family members? You don't think about that, do you?
I'm Justin Lum for Fox 10 Investigates.